So right now we'll be dissecting an SEO content. So now I want to show you what everything I've talked about in the theoretical aspect of the training was. So let's type in SEO writing. So this the stuff I've typed in now, which is SEO writing, is what you can call your search query. Is what you can call your search query. So that's just what your search query is. So let's go further. I've typed in my search query, which is SEO writing. So it's time to browse. So when I browse my search query, what I see now is a featured snippet. Now, if you look very well here, this is a featured snippet. Can you see that? That is a featured snippet. It is separate from this is featured snippet, which is position 0. Why this is position 1? This is position 2, position 3. You can count it so on and so forth. Why this is a video results page. This is a video. This ones are video results. Why this one is these are some image results here. So this is how Google actually, if you even check here, let me show you. If you even check here, you're going to see where Google acknowledges that this is a featured snippet, about featured snippet. So this is a featured snippet. This is a meta tag. This is a meta description. This is a meta description. CSU writing, also known as writing for SEO, is the process of planning. Now that is a meta description. So what else did we talk about? I talked about short tail and long tail. So you can see that this is actually a long tail keyword. What is SEO writing? How to write for SEO. That's a long tail. That's a long tail. This too is a long tail. And it's saying SEO writing 12 tips on writing blog posts that rank on Google. So those are keywords, and those are long tail keywords. Now they combined a long tail and a short tail keyword here. If you look properly, they combined a long tail and short tail keyword. Short tail keyword is SEO writing. Then the long tail is 12 tips on writing blog posts that rank on Google. So that's that for that. So this is the search engine result page. Everything you're seeing here is the search engine result page. If you scroll down, you see other searches and you see related searches as well. So what next? The anchor text. Now to see the anchor text, let's go into one of these blog posts. So I'll take in the feature snippet. So we have gone to this feature snippet, and this feature snippet is actually written by HubSpot. So let's see. Let me show you what an anchor text is now. So this is what an anchor text is here. This is what an anchor text is. This is it. SEO optimization. Now that's an anchor text, and it has a link on it. So if you click on that link, on that text, now you'll be redirected to a page where they wrote about search engine optimization. So that's what an anchor text is. So the next thing I also told you about was meta description. I've showed you the meta description. Now heading tags. Now if you look very well, you notice that this heading tag here is this heading tag is actually a H1 heading tag. It's actually a H1 heading tag. From the side, you can tell it's looking way bigger than the other text. So the next thing, it was used for their title. The H1 was used for their title. Then they have a H2 here, which was used for the a header within the article. Then they also have a H2 here also. This is also a H2. There's also a H2, which was used as a header for their content. Then this is a H3. Now you can notice that they use a H3 for subheadings within a H2. So you can also find that here. And you can see it here too. So the next thing I talked about was keyword stuffing. So keyword stuffing is self-explanatory. Then alt text. Now this alt text, let me show you what an alt text is. We have to go back. So let me show you what an alt text is. So let's go here, images. If you come to this image section, you're going to see a couple of text. Now this text, you can see their description here. Now what happens is that this these images here have been all text have been properly imputed, that makes them to rank on this image section, where you can actually from this point you can actually visit their sites. So you see, I've visited a site because I got access to a picture that with a proper alt text. So you can see that. So that's that. So let's go over to dissecting a content for you to see. So before that, let me show you some other things. This is an internal link. This is an internal link because if I click here, I'm going to go to another post within HubSpot. But this is an external link because if I click on this point, I'm going to go to another website. So let's check that. You see, I've gotten to another website which is not HubSpot, so it's an external link, and they linked to a website that is actually a website with authority, which is Search Engine Journal. Now here you are going to be redirected to their website. So one rule of thumb I usually like to practice is that when I'm writing an SEO content, I make sure that within the first paragraph, or within the introduction of my, this is actually an introduction, within the introduction, this is the introduction, within, I ensure that within the introduction I do not put a link that takes people out of my website, because if you do that, it actually affects your site retention, because when people move out of your website and maybe they find something more interesting on the other site, they tend not to come back. So I make sure that if I'm including a link within that introduction, I put a link that leads them to another page or another site or another link on my website. So that is one thing you should note when writing an SEO. Let me show you where I'm doing all these things. So because I want this SEO writing to be, I want to show you an example of SEO writing. The first thing I do is to create an outline for what I'm about to write. So let's say I want to write about 30 best. I'm assuming I've already carried out my research, my SEO research, keyword research, because that's one of the most important things. You do your keyword research first before you start writing. So I've done my keyword research and I've gotten to 30 best online courses, 30 best free online courses with printable certificates. So that's my keyword. So this is my keyword. So this is how I want my structure to be. This is a listicle article, so I want my structure, my content structure, to be introduction. Then after introduction, I also want to give my content listicle, a list. So this is my body. The body would have a list of this stuff. Then it would also have an overview which explains this. Then it would also have a frequently asked questions. Then it would also have important recommendations, and it would also have a conclusion. So what this does for you is that it helps you to structure what you're about to write, so that you know you don't move away from your path, and you know what you're trying to achieve. So I have two keywords actually from this whole topic here. From this whole topic, which is my long tail keyword, I have two keywords I want to rank for. So those keywords are, let me see, best free. So these are my two keywords. Let me show them to you. So these are my two keywords. I can call one my primary. Let me call this my primary, and I'll call this my secondary keywords that I want to rank for. So the primary keyword is the major one, while the secondary is just the primary, the secondary one you want to rank for. So I'm just using this as an example for you, so you can see. Okay, so this is my secondary keyword. Like I've shown you, this is my secondary keyword here, and I want to, this is my secondary keyword, this is my primary keyword, and I want to this is what my article structure would look like, and I want to include these keywords twice or twice in my introduction, twice in my listicle, twice 4 times in my when I'm writing the overview of those lists, and twice in my frequently asked questions, then once in my conclusion. So that is what it's going to look like. The structure of my article is going to look like. So let's go over to where we are going to actually put this into practice. So now this is the article I've actually written. You can see my headline here. My title is in H1. So this is it, and I have a link to my article, which I have made sure it contains my keyword, my primary keyword. So now let's go over, let me show you. So I've written my introduction. I'm going to show you. I've made sure that I included my stuff here, my primary keyword here in the introduction. So if you go further, you'd also see I wanted it to be twice here, right? So I also included it here. I also included it here. So that's it. So you can see. Then I put it on a heading tag, a header tag, which is here. So I put it here on my heading tag. So you can see that. So I wanted it to be twice there. So you can also go further. Then I went to the overview. This is the overview. This is the overview, and I have it on my heading, and I have it here too. So if you move down to this overview, this is actually a long article. So I've written extensively on this. So this is my frequently asked questions, and I've imputed all those here. So this is my important recommendation, and this is my conclusion. That's how to write an SEO optimized content. So you make sure that you don't keyword stuff. You make sure that you internal link properly, like I've done here. This is my internal linking. I've internal linked here. You make sure you external link properly. If you're external link to sites with authority. You make sure you do not keyword stuff. You make sure that when you're writing your articles, you do not repeat sentences. For instance, if you look closely, I I the way I started my sentence are different on every paragraph. If you unsuccessful this, so you make sure you use passive. You make sure you use active. You write in active voice, not passive voice. You write in active voice, not passive voice. If you write in passive voice, you end up giving your readers a kind of problem grasping your content fast, because according to some research they say that readers actually transcribe passive written words to active before they can understand. So that's just a research carried out. But you have to understand that you need to write more or in an active voice than a passive voice. So with this, I hope you've actually gotten a lot of information about writing SEO content writing, and you can actually start writing by yourself now. So all I want you to do is to kindly like, subscribe, and share to your friends. So if you're also the kind of person that would like to volunteer with us to actually be a to actually practice these skills and learn further, because what you just learned is just the basics. So as you practice, you become better at what you do, and you begin to find more tips by yourself that you virtually wouldn't have learned from somebody else. So if you want to actually volunteer to write for Showcase Digital Media, then kindly subscribe to this channel. Then on the description of this video, you're going to see a link to the waiting list. Click on the link, fill in your details, and we are going to contact you when we are ready to we're going to contact you so that you can start the process. Thank you for watching, and see you.